Well, I think we're going to try this again and see what happens. Good morning, guys. We had some problems with the other camera, so I switched it over. Had some kind of short or something in it, but the microphone's still working perfect, I think. So we're going to have to test this out again. But this was the Rommel's rod I was trying to show. I've sprayed the boom, all the red there on the boom. I've sprayed that many times, and it keeps soaking into the styrene. And it was red styrene to begin with, so it didn't really matter if it had any kind of, bleed through or anything like that. I want to put some bolts or something on the end of both of these. Want to glue them on there yet. And that'll finish that off really nice. The headlights I had to do, they were hubcaps because the original Rommel's rod, there we go. The original Rommel's rod had big Maltese cross on both of them, which looked cool as a military, but it didn't really have enough chrome for me for what I needed. So we'll get this out of the way. See that? I'm going to show a couple of Tammy's paintings that she did real fast here. This one she was working on. There we go. Yeah, with being an auxiliary microphone, I don't have to worry about it messing up the sound when I move the camera. So there it is right there. She just got finished with this just a few minutes ago, but putting the clear coat on it, so it's kind of sticky, which I probably shouldn't have put my fingers on it. But when she cleared it, she did it in circles, which is really neat. So all the brush streaks go along with the kind of the spiral motion of the magic mushrooms. Here's another one of hers that she did a few years ago. I love this one. I have the turntable. I have this on top of the turntable, so it gives a nice color to that. And she finished this one. See if I can get this one all in the picture. I kind of showed this the other day with the lunchtime. Like there, up. There we go. There's so much going on. She had a wonderful background going, and now she's got little compies. There's a little compies running around and a long neck guy. And I don't think that's a T-Rex. It's got long legs on it in the middle. But it turned out really pretty. Very, very nice. She did a really good job on that. So I got those. I'm going to put them back because it's kind of a nice backdrop.
Show one more?
Sure. Show one more. The camera seems to be holding up this time. Those are on the way. Okay. Mermaid picture. There we go. It's got a dolphin. It's got a dolphin, mermaid, and I really like the lighthouse. That turned out just gorgeous, I think. And the backdrop is just amazing. There, right there. Looks like it's focused in pretty good. Okay, and then I want to show a couple of the models that I want to be working on next. I want it to be this little Fiat. Get that one done. And this one I've been working on for a little while with the paint work. And then when the paint chipped onto the white primer, let's see, we're going to have a problem with this. There we go. When the paint chipped off down to the white primer, then I stopped working on that one. But I had pretty high hopes for that. And then I've got a paint job that I'm going to be putting on this. It's a 60, looks like a 68 Chevelle, which is probably one of my favorite cars in the world. My first car was a 68 El Camino. So I fell in love with the car. The engine gave out, went down into a park under our bridge in our town, and I couldn't get it out of the park and had to have it junked, which was a shame because it was just a small block Chevy. I could have put a different one in from another junk car or something, and I could have had something by now. That was back in 1985. I have this one here that I was working on. It was my son's car. I had to take the station wagon, and then I cut the top off, and then I put a 67, which doesn't really look as good as I'd hoped. I'd hoped the 67 top would look good, but it doesn't look near as good. So we got that. Then I did show that just a minute ago. Let's see if I can focus him a little bit nicer. And see if we can get him in focus at least. Everything's backwards on there, so move this stuff out of the way. And put this up here and see if this does a little bit better. Nope. See if it gets in focus. Annie. It just focused. Okay, I'm not going to touch it then. Maybe move the light instead. But the other camera, the second I touched it, it shorted out. So this one I don't think is going to short out, but it focused. So, so if it focused, we're in the right. We went a step in the right direction. Yeah, that frame that I made for that ended up being just right. Just the right. He's a cutie, ain't he? Glenn was nice enough. He sent me 2 skeletons, and I had to put this one in the killer bug right away. The other one has, he's from the Boot Hill Express. So I'm going to have to make a stagecoach for that one, which I made a stagecoach before and had it up into a wheelie and had Mother's Worry Outlaw wheels on that are distorted, and it looked like a good cartoon character, but it never had a driver, which always bothered me. It always bothered me because it always looked like it should have had a driver, which would have been a nice skeleton back then, but this might be washing it out some. But the camera should be in focus, which is awesome. That's a plus, real bonus there. Let's see if I can turn this around a little bit. Find a good spot and then get it in focus, which it doesn't look like it wants to. One of these days, I'm going to have a camera that works. Don't know how, don't know when, but it's going to happen. Oh yeah, that's in focus. That looks good. From what I can see anyway. Get this back out there. Okay, guys, that is about it, I think. And I think I'm going to be working on this, getting it all ready for the next time. So I'll talk to you guys later. Thanks a lot.